Happiness through curiosity on the Ranveer Show. Let's come back to the Ramayana because we've spoken a lot about the Mahabharata in today's episode, and I know that there's something about the Ramayana that you wanted to mention.
Yes.
You told me that before we entered the studio.
Right.
What's up?
Okay. Because, we call Pindi, Marathi we say Pindi to Brahmandi, like whatever you see microscopic, you see the macroscopic, the same structures repeat. Similarly, Galileo showed when he pointed his binoculars and telescopes to the sky, he said celestial is equal to terrestrial, because until Galileo, at least in the Western Europe, everyone was thinking that out up there is everything perfect, here it is imperfect. He said no, moon also has bumps like earth and so on. So celestial is equal to terrestrial. I have used the celestial evidence from Ramayana, Mahabharata to show when did they happen. Now people say, but please show me something on the ground, like the archaeologist, Well, I am an archaeologist, I said. Well, actually, there is a lot on the ground. How much evidence, how much you have dug and how much you have found out and how much you have dated. If you have done it, I can connect the dots. And this is one of those connecting the dots. So there is a description when Hanuman goes into Lanka and he's roaming around, like comes to near Ravana's palace and Pushpak Viman. He sees that Pushpak Viman is guarded by the soldiers, like Ravana's soldiers, but also by elephants with 2, 3, and 4 tusks. Now, all of us have done elephants with 2 tusks or no tusks because they are removed. 3 tusks, I have seen 1, and that was a genetic abnormality. But 4 tusks, we have not seen it. So what are they talking? So even that was used as a point by those people who don't believe in the historicity of Ramayana to ridicule it. Like, look, anything is written here. What is interesting is if you go back into the area of a paleontology, which is to say, again, the mega fauna, like that. Like mammoths. We have heard about the mammoths. They also became extinct 11,000 BC. But there are these elephant-like creatures. They go with a different name, Stockdon and Gompothere. In fact, I'm going to ask you in a minute to type Gompothere. Now look at the timing there, okay? So it says these Gompothere were there from 2.6 million to 11,700 years. If you look at some other, they say, oh, these like creatures were there 9 million years ago. And I would say the right side of our folks, if you want to use the side, they will say, 4-tusked elephants existed 9 million years ago. That's what I know. Now, there they accept science, by the way. Therefore, Ramayana happened 9 million years ago. How stupid is that? Okay? Like, person has given away its Viveka Buddhi. Okay? Just because 4-tusked elephants existed sometime doesn't mean Ramayana immediately happened. By the way, this same blunder is been done by many archaeologists when they try to decide the timing of Ramayana, try to decide the timing of Mahabharata. Like suddenly they find a chariot in 2000 BC, they say Mahabharata happened 2000 BC. How stupid is that? Chariot exists even now. Why do we not say Mahabharata happened now? So now, we already know from an independent source, by independent I mean Valmiki Ramayana and tremendous evidence on all fronts, that Ramayana happened 12,209 BC. Now look at the range of it. These creatures did exist until 11,700 years ago, 9,700 BC. That is the Younger Dryas. The mass fauna extinction.
And perhaps the drowning of Lanka.
Yeah, but these Gompothere were not only in Lanka, by the way. They were all around the world. Actually, if you look at the map for it, you'll see everywhere they were found. These all Stockton and all these folks. But the point is, they became extinct about 10,000 BC. Bingo. Ramayana happened in 12,000 BC. There is no conflict for a 4-tusk-like elephant creatures like existing during the Ramayana times. It is a corroborative evidence.
Since this podcast began 5 years ago, I've asked these questions to hordes and hordes of guests. And today is that one day where one of my guests has answered these questions in detail. I think your guest number 615 or 620.
Okay.
And it took me 620 guests to answer the basic question of, Sir, Mahabharata asal mein hui kya?
Well, and what you have learned is never give up. Keep on asking the question, the day will come.
God damn, Nilesh, this was too much fun, sir. I have so much respect for the deep dive that you've gone through over the last 30 years of your life almost.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Need more Indians like you to actually explore Indian culture and Indian history in this way. That's all I'll say. There's a lot of people who've consumed both these episodes and are saluting you in their hearts like at this point. So I salute you as well. You're a warrior of history according to me. I know there'll be lots of people who'll be upset that I claim that you are the warrior of history and not a history grad being the warrior of history. But that's how the modern world works. It's based on hard work, research, and evidence, and lateral thinking, alternative thinking. That's the only way you can actually deep dive into a culture like ours that's supposedly lakhs of years old. So Nilesh Oak, thank you, sir. And
Namaskar.
I hope to have you again on TRS.
Yes, look forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you. If you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.